I want to talk today about underpopulation. Overpopulation is something I've thought about quite a bit in my lifetime, but underpopulation was pretty easy to search for. Like there were lots of videos on it. I mean, Jeff Bezos is proposing to put 1 trillion people up in O'Neill cylinders. That's like a lot. And it would make the population on Earth pretty minimal. That's all very future. But there's lots of demographic problems with China's one child policy and things like that. Bulgaria and Japan both have populations that are going down rather than up.
Although the reasons for a shrinking population vary, the consequences are almost always the same. Fewer people leads to a smaller workforce, slowing economic development, and a massive public debt. While the worst cases of population decline can be found in Eastern Europe, where many countries will see their population drop by more than 15% over the next 3 decades. The most extreme case is Bulgaria, where the population is expected to be roughly 30% smaller by 2060. That translates to 164 fewer people per day, or 60,000 per year. Not far behind Bulgaria is Moldova, which loses just over 1% of its population annually and has a death rate akin to war-torn countries in Africa. Over the last 3 decades, the populations of these and other Eastern European countries have plummeted for almost identical reasons. With the fall of the Soviet Union and subsequent economic collapse, many Bulgarians and Moldovans were left financially insecure and thus hesitant to have children. Although the fertility rate in both countries has improved somewhat since then, it's still relatively low, at roughly 1.4 births per woman. In comparison, the global average is 2.5 births per woman, and roughly 2.1 is needed to maintain their population. But perhaps surprisingly, the country facing the greatest threat is Japan. According to a government report, Japan's population is expected to cut in half over the next 66 years, primarily due to its low birth rate. Experts say the problem is one of economics. Cost of living is high, especially in cities where more and more Japanese are living. What's more, people of childbearing age are working long hours, leaving them little time to raise a child. The problem has gotten so dire, the Japanese government allocated nearly $30 million to lifting birth rates. This is in addition to a number of work-life balance policies that foster shorter hours, telecommuting, and parental leave. The government even funds matchmakers, dating services, and singles parties in the hopes that young people will marry and eventually have babies. In Japan, as well as Eastern Europe, public officials are already preparing for an economic fallout.
There was instantly writing a short story about O'Neill cylinders and the really high population up in outer space. Most of Earth is set aside for animals who were here first. And then my settings started having no characters in them. Nobody was around, it was too underpopulated. That's what got me started this. I don't know if it's real. Maybe overpopulation is the only thing. Till 2050 or so. Then underpopulation becomes real.
We should be concerned about demographic implosion.
Why do you say that?
So if you look at countries like Japan, most of Europe, China, and you look at the birth rates in a lot of those places is only at about half of the sustaining rate. When you have an inverted demographic pyramid, so if you look at the pyramid and you've got age striation, 60-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 20-year-olds, like sort of a demographic pyramid.
Right.
And in some countries, it's like an upside down pyramid, so it'll sort of fall over. It will not stand.